All right, so the next thing up is we're going to basically be creating the products and the mockups for these items. So to starters, we'll be on the 3 Peak Apparel Trello board, and then most of these tabs, don't worry about them. The only tab you need to worry about is the All Designs Accurate column. This is where you'll figure out where to create the next products from. So in this situation, we're going to start with just at the very top, work our way down. So we'll do the 1x to 50x section. So in here, we'll go to Dropbox. For like the home section, we'll just click the all files. We'll go to the 3 Peak Apparel store, and then we'll go to the design folder. If they're not in order, you can sort them by name, so they're in numerical order. And here's our 1x to 50x section. The first thing we're going to do is any design that's taller than it is wide, we're going to move it to a different folder. There are none in this folder, but for reference, if we go to like this folder, or not that one. If we go here, we can see there are these designs, which are taller than they are wide. We're not working on these right now, so I'm not going to move them because these designs are not yet in the All Designs Accurate column. But if they were, what we would do is, because this design looks, taller than it does wide, I would check mark it, I would move it, and we're going to move it. We can stay here. We're going to go back to the 3 Peak Apparel folder. And we're going to move it to the print folder, move it to the wide folder, and then click the move button. Okay, the tall folder, because it's taller than it is wide. We'll move to the tall folder and click the move button to move the design out of there, because we'll deal with those designs later. I'm not going to do it right now because that design's not in the All Design Accurate column, so it's not ready to be moved. But if it was, that's how we would deal with it. So going back to the folder we're working on, these are the designs we will tackle, and they are all wider than they are tall, so there's nothing to worry about. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to download the designs. I recommend doing maybe 10 to 15 at a time to see how that goes for you. And as long as it goes okay, you can download more and do more at once. But I'm going to just download 3 for right now, since I don't want to run the automation for too long. But we're basically going to download the designs, and then after they're downloaded, we're going to move them, and you can drag the folder to your desktop that it gives you. After they're downloaded, we would be moving these designs to, Kite and Crest, the 3 Peak. So we click the 3 Peak button. We'll move it to the print folder. And we'll move it to the wide folder and click move. Again, the tall folder is only for the designs that are taller than they are wide, and we deal with those later. However, the wide ones we'll deal with right now. So after we've downloaded the designs, we would move them to the wide print folder. Next up is we are going to run our automation for these products to get them all cropped up and ready to put on the mockups. And I don't know why it gives me this folder, but I'm going to delete it because we don't need it. As you can see, this one's already cropped because I did that in a previous video, but these two need to be cropped still. So what I will do is I will open my droplet that I created, and we are going to drag these 2 designs onto the remove dead space, or whatever your droplet is that you created, and this will remove. I may need to restart Photoshop for this, actually. Let's see if that worked. Nope, we're all good. Okay, cool. So as you can see now, they're cropped. You can tell by the borders directly around it. Now once they're cropped, next up is we're going to create the mockups for them. So to create the mockups, we'll go to File, Script, Script link JPEG, select the template folder. This is the stuff that you downloaded. So we're going to go to our mockup images. Oops. Let's see, where did I put those? We're going to go to mockups, compressed, and these are our mockup images. I'm going to click open, select our design folder. Here's the designs that are cropped and ready to go, and select our export folder. And those are going to go in our output folder that we created. And I'm going to click OK, and that's going to run and just create all the mockups for us and put them in our output folder. It will just take a minute as it goes through all the different mockups and put the design on there for us. And then once this is done, we will be able to move on to the next step. So yes, to do this, it may take a bit just because there's a lot of different products we'll be creating, or if you have a lot of designs running at once, it'll just be taking a little bit as it's creating all these mock-ups. So I'm gonna go and stop it, just because, or actually I'll let it go. Finish these ones up. Okay, cool. So now we've created all of these mock-ups for all of the different designs, so those 3 different designs that we had in there. So now with these mock-ups that we created, we're going to use these to create products in Vela. Now remember, they have to be, before you do, remember, they have to be cropped, because if they're not cropped, they won't look right when they're put on here. So it's very important that we crop them before. So now that we've created the mock-ups, what we're going to do is we're going to put them back into Dropbox. You can either wait, but you just can't forget to do it. So you put them back in now, or you can wait till after you create the products, which might make more sense. But just after, where these mock-ups need to go is we're going to go back in our Dropbox folder, so in our 3Peak Apparel folder, and then remember there's a print folder where we're moving the designs to, so we would move the wide designs here, and then and then the tall designs here. So essentially with the tall designs, we don't create the mock-ups for them, because remember, we go through the folders first, and any tall designs we have, we move them straight here. So we don't even download the tall designs. We just move them here, and we don't create the mock-ups for them, because we're going to deal with those later. The wide designs are the ones that we download. We download the wide designs, and then we put the wide designs in this folder, and then these are obviously all the wide designs that we create the mock-ups for. Now what we would do is go to our 3Peak folder, and we'll have a mock-up images folder. This is where we're going to drag and drop all of these files. Now you might want to keep them on your desktop for right now, since we'll be creating products with them. It'll be easier to upload them. However, when you're done, we need to make sure we upload all of them to this design folder. And something else we could do potentially is, I think you can duplicate a folder. So if you really wanted to just not forget to do it, you could. Let's see. I think we could duplicate this folder. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, so here we go. You could duplicate this folder, and here we go. We got all of them duplicated, and you go and upload, all of these to the Dropbox folder, so it's just done. And then have another folder on your desktop for later. So that is how that works. I'm gonna go into these, we don't need it, but we need to make sure we upload all the mockups to the mockup images folder. Okay, so now that we've created the mockup images, and you can create as many as you want at a time. You can go through and create tons and tons of these images, so you don't have to worry about doing it for a while. And then create all the products at once, or create them as you go, whatever you find easiest. So then we're going to go to Vela. We're going to sign in. And you'll see there's different sections here: Wolf, Honey and Bear, Little Threads, and 3Peak Apparel. So on the 3Peak Apparel, this is where we will create our products. As you can see, there's a t-shirt template and a sweatshirt template. So the sweatshirts will have their own products, and the t-shirts will have their own products. And as you can see, here we have obviously the t-shirt outputs, and then we have the sweatshirt outputs for the sweatshirt stuff. So those will be in their own, all be their own products. So what we'll do first is we can duplicate either the template t-shirt or the template sweatshirt. As you can see, there's a duplicate. There are 2 sweatshirt templates and 2 t-shirt templates in here. The ones titled do not use, just do not use them. These are for backup in case something weird happens, like these templates glitch out on us or something. So do not use these when you copy them. Only use the regular template sweatshirt and t-shirt. So I'm going to go and check box this one, and I'm going to copy it to the 3Peak Apparel. We don't want to copy it to the other stores, obviously. We're going to copy it to this store, and that is going to duplicate it. And now, as you can see, there's now a 1 in this copied section down. So if I click on this copied section, we're going to see this template t-shirt that I just copied over from the draft section. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to check box it. We don't want to click the edit button here, or yeah, this edit button. We want to check mark it and then click edit one listing up here. It won't work right if we do it the other way. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add photos to this t-shirt one that we're doing. So for one is I will probably start with just the 1x. So 1x is the design number. So you can see here's the 1x different t-shirts, and here's some of the sweatshirts. We want to make sure we select the t-shirts and put them in here. Now how it works is we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 open photo slots. Now for t-shirts, you can see we have let's see, we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to sort this by name because it's going to be easier to find our stuff. Okay, here we go. So for the 1x artwork now, which is all at the top, sweatshirt, we have t-shirts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 images. So obviously we can't add them all on here. So our goal would be to add probably about 7 and keep one open spot. So to do this, I'm going to drag this over here a little bit, and I'm going to drag in the 2 t-shirt sections. So there's 1, there's 2. So as you can see, these 2 images right here have I don't think that one went. Let's try it again. Okay, I think I'll need to resize this a little bit actually. So anyways, pretend that was resized. We want to make sure we have both of these images in here because it shows all the t-shirt colors. So every single time we want to make sure we have both of these in here. So there's these 2 t-shirt ones that have all the different color options. And then after that, we have these other random t-shirt sections. So with this, we have a very specific order we want to go in. We want to have, image of these regular t-shirts. And then we want to have the images of these bulk t-shirts. And then we want to have these at the very end. So we're going to reorder this in a second. But when we decide which t-shirts to put in here, we're going to just open them up and just decide which ones look the best. So normally we're going to have, both of these in here, but obviously right now this one's has an error. I need to fix it. So normally we'd have 4 images in here right now, which means we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open slots for more t-shirts. So because there's, like 12 different ones to pick from, we need to pick out which ones are our favorites. So just, quickly glance through them. And obviously some designs will look better on certain colors than others. Like because there's gray in this design, maybe it doesn't look the best on the gray shirt. Whereas, if I open up like this color, maybe this color looks better, or maybe, you just quickly glance through and decide which colors look the best. Like, okay, the white looks pretty good. I think, that looks pretty good. The navy, that looks pretty good. The black, that looks pretty good. So we want to decide which one looks the very best. And in this situation, from a quick glance, I would say probably the black. So I'm going to drag the black in here, and that's going to be our first image. And then I'm going to drag in some of these other colors that I thought looked good. I thought the navy looked good. I thought this color looked decent. And again, it's going to vary for every design because, certain designs will look better with different colors just because there's different colors in the design. And then that would be it, because normally we're going to have, one more of these. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these regular pictures for t-shirts. And then we'll have 2 of these, which I'm missing one right now, which is over here. And then these 2 that are in every single mock-up. So now I'm going to reorder the pictures. I thought black looked the best. I'm going to drag the black first. And then, kind of pick out which ones you think look the next best. Oops. So black first. Whichever color looks the best goes very first picture. And then kind of just put them in to fill the rest. After you put in these single t-shirt images, then the next ones to go are going to be the bulk t-shirt images. So, we'll have this one, and then we would have this image here, which again is not working right now, but that would be going, after this one or before this one, doesn't really matter. And then to finish it out, we should have the size chart, and then this welcome sale banner as the last picture. And that should be the order every single time. Should be the main images, followed by all the images, followed by the size chart and the welcome sale. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. After that, we're going to go to the title. I think Megan's gone over this with you a little bit, but we're going to create kind of a unique title for this product. So, this image is on, what was it? I think it was like on Alabama or something. Alabama, yep. So, we'll create just a very creative Alabama geared t-shirt title. So, we would name it something like Alabama t-shirt, t-shirt, then, dash, like cute Alabama state shirt, dash, Southern state pride, or, something like that. We want to use the keywords in here a lot. So the keywords for this product would obviously be, Alabama, and then anything we could think of that relates to it. Obviously, this is a bit more niche as it's hard to come up with keywords when it's just Alabama, but we want to make sure we, use the keyword in here decent amount. So Alabama, we want to mention t-shirt, we can mention different versions of t-shirts. So we can mention like, Southern Pride State Tee instead of t-shirt, things like that. So, create a creative title, descriptions, tags, same thing. We need to create the tags for this product. To do so, we need to check mark it. If you don't check mark it, it won't add them. Because if I just type in like some random words, you can see nothing it adds in here. But if I check mark it, you can see now it's adding the tag. And this is like 12 remaining. So, we're gonna need to create 13 tags for this product. So I would type in like, to start with the easy stuff, so Alabama t-shirt, and then you click the comma to separate them out. As you see now, there's a second tag starting down here. Alabama t-shirt, Alabama tee maybe, Southern Pride tee. You can look up different types of like ideas that we could, or different like just keywords that might go with, the state of Alabama. So, you could type in like Bama t-shirt, just different stuff along that lines. And yeah, I mean, just we want to fill out all 13 tags. So it's very important that we use the keywords and be creative with the stuff, because this is very important in showing up in the search results, is having keywords that match what the customer is looking for. Once you've created all 13 tags, you need to click the apply button. If you do not click this button, it will not go through and it won't save it. So you'll need to go back and add them again. So I recommend when you're done, make sure you click the apply button. So we've added the photos, updated the title, tags, and again, I'm going through this pretty quick. So, but just this is the gist of how it all works. Materials about, don't need to touch any of this stuff. And then if there's an occasion, if it's like a Christmas t-shirt or something, or a prom, retirement, something along that lines, you can select the occasion. Usually there won't be, but occasionally there will. If there's a holiday, same thing. If it's like Christmas, Cinco de Mayo, whatever, we can add the holiday. And then section, we will always add a section. So for the Alabama shirt, I would probably put this in, let's see if there's a state option. Yep, there's a state option. So I'll put this in the state section, obviously, because it's Alabama's a state. Okay, cool. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to update the SKU. This is probably one of the most important parts of the entire operation. We need to make sure the SKU is correct. So we need to be very careful in doing this. So with this number, this is artwork 1X, and you can tell because the mockup, it's 1X underscore 3001. It is very, very, very important that this number, this 1X, matches up with the SKU in here. So to do this quickly, we're going to simply check mark this. We're going to click find and replace. We're going to find the @ symbol. And as you can see, it's all turned green, these @ signs. And we're going to replace it with 1X. I'm going to click apply. As you can see, it has now updated it with the artwork number to have 1X at the end, because this is the artwork number is 1X. And if you're ever unsure, you can always check it by just simply going to the design folder we downloaded, and there's the 1X design. So we want to make sure it's titled 1X. When that's done, we'll click the save button, and we need to wait. So don't click this back button yet. We need to wait while it saves. Because if you X out now, it won't save your progress, and we'll need to restart. So it's going to kind of go through this little loading phase, preparing to save. And then once this is finished, it'll show save complete. And obviously now our tags, everything's in here. Again, we need all 13 tags here. I only put in a few to save time. Once that's finished, then we are good to go. And we can click the back button, and you can see now in the copied section, we have a finished t-shirt that is ready to go. And now we'll do the exact same thing, but for the sweatshirt. So I'll do template sweatshirt, check mark it, I'll copy it to 3 Peak Apparel. Just gonna copy that over. And now I'm gonna do the exact same thing as last time, except this time I'll check mark the sweatshirt, click edit one listing. Now instead of using keywords such as t-shirt and tee, we'll use sweatshirt, sweater, things like that in the title and the tags. But this time when I go through and add the pictures, obviously, I will just be adding the sweatshirt images for 1X. So, here's the 1X sweatshirt here. Here's another 1X sweatshirt. It'll go down here. And now for sweaters, there's fewer colors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 1X, as you see here, starts the 2X, so we don't need to worry about that for this. But if I were to add all 6, we would be out of images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I would recommend is select maybe 5 of them, because we want to keep usually one open image in here. So I would say select 5 of these colors. So pick whatever color looks the worst in your opinion. So between blue, pink, green, tan, gray, and white. We'll select whichever one looks the worst and leave it out. The rest of them, you can just drag and drop them in here. And then obviously, as mentioned, we fill them up, and then We'll need to reorder them so that our favorite color is first, followed by the rest of the colors. We then have these, all the color options after we add all the colors, and then the size chart and the welcome sale. Again, we, add a few more colors in here, obviously, with the exact same setup. Add the title, add the tags, check for occasion, holiday, add the section. So this would again be a state item because it's Alabama. And then again, we'd update the SKU by simply going to, we'd check mark it, click find and replace, and we find the add and change it to the 1X, and we'd update it that way. Now I'm not going to save it because this product's not ready, obviously, so I'm going to close it. But yeah, that is how we go about creating the products in Vela. We create the mockup images, we crop the designs, and then once you go through and you create the products, so let's say you go through and do all 1X to 50X, you can simply move it over here. So for instance, what I recommend you do is you go through and go to Dropbox and you would download all the 1X to 50X. So if we're back in the design folder, I recommend you create all the mockup images for all of these, right? So for any tall designs, move them to the tall folder, but for the rest, download them all, create the mockup images for them. Once you create the mockup images for them, put them into the mockup image, folder in 3 Peak Apparel store or folder. And then once you've created, or once you've all that ready, you can go back to Trello and you can move this over to all the mockup images created. That way you know where these designs are in the process. Once you've created all the products on Vela for them, you can move it over here. So once you've gone to Vela and you've created all of the t-shirts and the sweatshirts for the 1X to 50X products, you can move it to the products created on Vela. And then from there you can go and select the next one and move it to the mock. Once you create the images, put them here. Then once you create the products, you can move it here again, so on and so forth. I'm gonna move it back here because we're not there yet. But yeah, that is the process.